Here we are in episode 51 of the Simple Success Podcast. This is financial life coaching from a happiness perspective. Coaching happiness. When you change you change everything. You're going to keep saying that for me, aren't you? Keep convincing me. I think the best thing for you to do, DT, is to relax. Don't do it? No, don't do it. That was a song, wasn't it? It was. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So, what does it have to do with this week's topic? It doesn't really. It's just a play on the idea of relaxing. Like the song was? Yes, DT, like the song was. So, really, what are we talking about today? Concentrating, like on a flame. A flame? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Are you using artificial intelligence? No, just normal market intelligence. We're looking at the idea of stressful situations. And investing is, for many people, very, very stressful. Has someone ever told you to just relax? Yeah, and I thought to myself, well, that's easy for you to say. Which is exactly the point, DT. You, I, we all have to relax. We have to focus on emotional intelligence. Is there a right way? There is. And what is it? It's the way that works for you. Oh, well, that seems kind of placating. Not at all. It's your money and your future. It has to work for you. Or you just might not do it. There's that knowing-doing gap thing again. Yeah, funny how it ties together, isn't it? Well, learning works like that sometimes. It's like we have our own intelligence community. That it does, DT. When you think about it, relaxing your mind and body can relieve stress. It can relieve anxiety. Even depression. In some cases, yes, but we'll leave all that stuff to the doctors. Okay, so what's the point? The point is, if we let any of these things get to us, we will have more trouble investing than we need to have. We'd have more trouble with a lot of things, wouldn't we? We would indeed, but this one especially will mess with your future and your family's future. Marvelous. So when are we opening this yoga clinic? I didn't say anything about that, DT. You didn't, true, but I can use critical thinking. I can smell it. Okay, a yoga clinic with Bloomberg terminals. How about that? Okay, you win. I'll stop. Great. And while you do that, or don't do that, yes, or don't do that, I'm going to take slow, deep breaths. And then invest like I stole the money. Are we on candid microphone? You mean candid camera? Sort of, just older. Anyway, plus, I'd soak in a warm bath, listen to soothing music while investing? Hopefully. Maybe a few technical details to work out there, but that's the idea. And so then what? Hot stuff. Not falling for that. Just explain. Hot water, like a shower or hot tea. What about hard stuff or caffeine? Nope. Focus, not avoidance or distraction. Should I keep a journal? Do gratitude? If you want. I do some of that. Anything else? Yes. I use guided imagery to create a picture of successful investing for me as well as for all of you. And of course, you walk. Oh yeah, there's that too. At my current 12,000 steps per day goal, I have plenty of time to plot my next investing moves. Just relax. There's nothing to worry about. What did Peter Pan say? Who? Was he some University of California dude? Let go of the fear and enjoy the ride. I'll try, but I just might like this break more. Hello, everyone. This is John with the Simple Success Podcast. Financial life coaching from a happiness perspective. Because we know you want to show us some serious love in return for the tremendous benefits you get from us. Please head over to the support link in our written show notes. That's the words on your podcast player. There, you can choose from a $9.99 per month doing level of support, a $4.99 knowing level, or a basic intro level of just 99 cents per month. Whichever you choose, thank you so much for helping us do this for you. To leave us a voice message which just might see the light of day in a future podcast, go to those same written show notes. You'll go to a site where you can leave a video, audio, or text-only message, depending on how you feel at the moment. You can also send us an audio file attached to an email if you use more than just your phone for stuff. I won't repeat those links because weird. And anyway, show notes. It's all in there, and it's all easy. So how did you like that? Like what? The break. You said you liked the break more than letting go of fear. The break was great, but what I said was just a figure of speech. Oh, kind of like you. No, more like how to succeed in business, amigo. Okay, so we've done some relaxing and concentrating. You mean we can't do more? Oh, of course we can, DT. I'm just being mindful, get it? Got it. Of the importance of time to all our listeners. Okay, a quick glance into expanded intelligence. The woo-woo warning goes here, folks. Hey, I did not make this up. It's not one of my simple success plans.
The first radio broadcasting and receiving set was the one that exists in the brain of man. And not only does it exist in the brain of man, but it exists in a great many animals.
He didn't say anything about expanded intelligence. Oh, but he did, DT. I'm listening. The first broadcasting and receiving station was determined to be in the brain. He said that. What more could you ask for? Lots of choline? What? It's something we all need more of. Something like 90% of Americans. Are you saying that vegetarian-type people don't think as well? Read into my words like a politician, will you? You are a most notable coward, an infinite and endless liar, an hourly promise breaker, the owner of no one good. I guess all's well that ends well. And? I was just quoting from research that most choline comes from eggs, beef, and seafood. It's important that we don't make judgments without facts. Speaking of psychedelics, were we? You never cease to surprise me, DT. There's a bit of research out there suggesting that even more research is a good idea, but for today, we'll stick to the less regulated stuff, like creatine. Creatine? Yes, the stuff found in a lot of protein shake powders. Both in North America and in South America. It's reportedly very good with providing energy both to the body and to the brain. Recently, it started to gain traction as a quote-unquote smart drug. Well, that's certainly a contradiction in terms. Not really. It's just a different mindset. Like, how do we look at weight? Whoa, back up. Imagine that you are 200 pounds. Okay. And you want to be 190, and you lose that 10 pounds. Approaching Air Force weight, right? Better, actually. Remember Dr. Murphy? What? Week 21, about finding lost and misplaced items. I think I'm lost. Nice turn of words there, DT. We're talking about the subconscious mind again. Go on. And how it finds at the center core what you've lost, because it was there, whether or not you were there. Should I be doubtful that this thought will resolve in a sensible way? No, here's the point. Old Sub, as I call him, will find that 10 pounds, and you'll be back where you should be, quote unquote. You mean where it thinks you should be. And as you think, you are. It's a set point. Old Sub is included in that. And set points? Make for unsuccessful anythings. In fitness, and also, more importantly here, in finance. Can we avoid unsuccessful anythings? Probably. Let's start with a successful break. We know a lot about you already because we know ourselves. For example, we know that you know how to listen to our podcast. We also know that you probably know how to subscribe. The reason every podcast asks you this is because when you subscribe, you automatically download all future episodes of that podcast. This means better rankings for the podcast, more attention from advertisers, and more money. And this means more and better stuff for you. So your motivation is simple and easy. Subscribe today, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Oh, and don't just try to subscribe. There is no try. There is only do. We're changing the way we look at things. And remember, that's good. Eso es bueno. C'est bon. Also remember, this is financial life coaching from a happiness perspective. Coaching happiness. Our call to action is right in the show notes. Find it and you win too. So, after the candles and the yoga, what then? What more is there, DT? Well, a few episodes ago, we were talking about paradigm shifts. Yeah, and last episode, number 50, I committed to increasing my weekly investing in 2022 by 10 times over this year. That no doubt required both courage and creativity. Oh, more than that. We have to connect our creativity to our goals, and through that, then ultimately connecting that to investing. Speaking of creativity... Yes, creativity. And we'll get back to paradigm shifts too, a lot more. Can you read from that annual report, that funny one? Sure, I keep it in a Word doc called Best Disclaimer Language Ever. Here's what they said in a section they called Lawyer Stuff. The future is unknowable. We have good intentions, but all of our projections and estimates will be wrong and could be materially wrong. Wildcat exploration is expensive, speculative, and potentially dangerous. An offshore spill or explosion would be enormously expensive. We have insurance, but it may not be enough. You could lose your entire investment. Don't be lazy. Read our 10Qs, 10Ks, and press releases. And if you lose money, please, no tears. I don't know about you, but laughing like that takes away a whole lot of pressure. Yeah, as long as you practice, along with laughing. Did I ever tell you the Ivy Lee story? Oh, Earl Nightingale's Ivy Lee story? You've heard of it? Well, as I said before, Earl was a pretty interesting guy. Pop quiz. What was the point of the story? Take off the pressure using a system that's simple, like a simple success plan. Yes, and practice with it. Yes, and improve and improve and improve some more. Which means better practice. After which, you'll get good. Gracias por escuchar. A la prochaine. In this Simple Success podcast, as well as in our webinars and masterclasses, we very much want to hear your story. Well, to be real, in future episodes of the podcast, webinars, and masterclasses. And this means you. Your participation is critical to our mutual simple success. It's important to know how you think, what you've thought, what you've tried, and what you've been unsure of trying, as we told you at the beginning. And as you also find in the show notes, we have ways you can contact us. It involves a special link where you can leave us a voice message, which just might see the light of day in a future podcast. We may have an email address for you as well in the future, and we'll let you know if that happens. Together, we're going to make it great. We're going to do what even we didn't think possible. This podcast and our other podcast are productions of Little Red Hen Industries. The supporting cast who helps me bake the bread includes Techno King John C. Brandy, fact checker Abraham Lincoln, French consultant Virginia Mitchell, media expert Favor Abasi Ike, psychologist Sigmund Freud, rabbit hole advisor Dr. Marg Parrott, sound designer Guglielmo Marconi, Spanish consultant Cameron J.K. Brandy, videographer Alfred Hitchcock, audio props Les Paul, and inspiration goes to Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and Bob Proctor. We also have a website, and you can subscribe to both podcasts. You could even send us a video, audio, or text message, but of course, you'll have to head to the show notes, either on your phone or on the web, to actually get links and stuff. I mean, I could read the URLs where you could subscribe, support, or leave one of those video or audio messages, but you really don't want me to do that. And those explicit and clickable links are in the show notes. Finally, you can find us on Podmatch, where we consider guests, as well as consider guesting on other people's pods. And really, finally, the music for our pods comes from Cute by Ben Sound, and from Piano Background by Nick Simon Adams, both on freesound.org.